Happy Wednesday. It's Chelsea here at Such a Voice, and we're talking today about accountability and how you can use local resources to help you stay accountable. So when I first got into voiceover, I thought, great, I have the internet at my fingertips. We have all of these great resources. Social media marketing is essentially free, and how many companies could say that a decade ago? And then as I started working, I found that it could be a little bit lonely. And sometimes it felt like it was easier to actually skip out on things when I was like, well, it's kind of an idea. And the person that I'm maybe going to reach out to in Nebraska doesn't know me. So I'll push it off to next week. So that being said, I found that actually engaging with your local resources can really help you have to show up for your own career. So first things first, weekly workouts. Once you go through your coaching and you've got your technique, it's really important that you still work on those skills. If you were a gymnast, for example, once you learn your backflip, that's great. But if you don't keep practicing your backflip, you're not going to be able to do it 6 months from now. So thinking about how can you find someone locally who you can work with, or even a group. And I would say Facebook is a great place to start. Meetup is a great place if you haven't used that. It's an online group, www.meetup.com. And you can go there and find groups for all kinds of things, from cooking to Frisbee to voiceover. So check them out. If there's not something like that in your area, maybe it's time to start something like that. Get a group of people together, find a public place where you can meet. You can practice working your skills out loud, have everybody bring a script, and then you guys can share them, pass them around. That's one great way to really start to find accountability in a local sphere. Another point that I want to touch on is the idea of networking. So we often think, well, I can only use things like Google or LinkedIn. Wrong. You have so many resources for networking close to you. And how many of us like to actually work with people we know? Almost everybody, right? It makes everything feel a little more personable, especially in today's day and age when supporting local is actually really popular. And that's great. We get to feel good about it and know that other people are on board too. So check out your local Chamber of Commerce. Again, you can go to LinkedIn, Google, look up local networking events or conventions, or even things like community style events. If there's a picnic at the park, go have a t-shirt with your brand on it, have some flyers, and just start to talk to people. It's a really nice way to sort of organically meet people who own other businesses. And you never know, maybe the guy down the street who owns a CrossFit really wants some voiceover for a local radio station. Well, you're a perfect fit and you live right down the street from each other. The third thing that you can think about is improv. So as you know, once you've gone through our curriculum, improv is one of the most essential things that you can keep working on to keep your creative muscles fresh. Just like we have to keep our legs working if we're a runner, or we have to practice our scales if we're a musician. You also have to stay fresh creatively if you're a voiceover artist. Improv exists almost everywhere. If you live in a bigger city, I can almost guarantee that there's an improv group around you. You can go and check it out on Google. You'll probably be able to find something. If not, look at a local community college. See if they're interested in starting one up. That's a great way too to kind of engage with local community members. And you never know. People take improv for all sorts of reasons. Sometimes they're also business owners, and hey, they may go, you know what? You were really fun in my improv group and you do voiceover. That's fantastic. Why don't you come and we'll talk about how you could help my company? So those are just some basic resources that you can start to take advantage of as far as networking locally that actually makes you show up, stay accountable, and eventually book work. Keep expanding your sphere of influence. Have an amazing rest of your week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.